Hey there, Blade fans. Welcome back. And it is OG Blade Reviews, as you probably know. Hope you've been here before. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified every time a new video, a review, a short drops. So happy to say that I'm back in contact with this company, Molsect. When they initially sent me about a year or so ago a couple of larger knives, some of their first offerings, it was described that that name comes from molecule section. So kind of a physics thing, a section of a molecule, cutting the molecule in half, has to do one way or another with the accuracy, the precision of the knives coming from the company, and certainly this is no exception, except I'm challenged by the box, as I am many times. What's in the box, you might ask? Well, you may not ask, or you may. It's a microfiber cloth, nothing new. Oh, that amazing silica gel that keeps everything dry in transport, and a pin with a big M, Molsect, on it. All right. And we get a pouch. It's about a $99.99 knife, according to their website. And I had to go look at their website to get the name, because unfortunately the name is not on the box and it's not on the knife. So they've got a lot of new models available, including this one, which is called, as I found out, the 808 Sustain. It's in PEI, which is the standard name for the chemical composition of, I think it's polyethylamide, something or other, blah, 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 blah. But we call it Ultem because that's a brand name. It's kind of like Kleenex and tissues. But this one in particular is in one of my favorite handle materials, may or may not be yours. Ultem, yeah, and heavily skeletonized, which is always cool. You can kind of see right through. Titanium clip, titanium backspacer, according to the specs. And a small knife, you know, kind of disappears in the fist. Has both a thumb stud, which I love, and a back flipper, which I'm not in love with. Got to use the left hand. Yeah, I mean, to me, that's awkward. It's like a lot of extra positioning in your hand, but, you know, your hands are young and flexible. You probably are saying, what are you talking about? Okay, so there you go. The Ultem, when they mill it straight out, is not polished. And it's interesting, I always show this, that it has kind of a rosiny-like feel to it, in that it's grippier than you think. I'm not sure if it's the same when your hands are wet, but there's some very fine lines on there, kind of a frosted look. But I like the way that they kind of carved it like a stone with this little indent. And we've got some nice jimping here. Got some real knobby sort of jimping on the back here. And a fuller that's usable. All right, so you can go forward on it. It's fairly much below 3 inches in blade length. They call it 2.79. We'll be doing some measurements on it. It's a liner lock, steel liners. It is fairly drop shut for a small, light knife. And this doesn't really get in the way if you're not going to use it. But you do need to give it just a little bit of flick with the thumb to get it all the way out. As I said, clip is titanium, so for $99.99, oh, you get that, and what the heck is the blade steel? Oh, S35VN. So we've broken away from 14C and AEBL and all of that, Nitro V, to get an S35VN blade, which certainly used to be a premium steel, and in many people's camps still is. So can't go wrong with S30V, S35VN. So I can get all 4 fingers on the handle, no problem, medium, large hand, and I can get my thumb on the back. So Shape of the blade, I'd call it a spear. We've got a swedge with a drop, and that drop starts back there about 2/3 of the way back from the point. So you get a very piercy blade. At the same time, you've got a usable belly here. And haven't attempted any cutting with this, but you know, we'll give it a try. I got double paper here. Not too bad. Not too bad. Sorry, just a single piece. Yeah. Really a decent edge. Decent edge out of the box. You can always hone it up, put it on the strop, as I always say. Some of these knives, the light just doesn't reflect well, but that's okay. Bringing out the ruler, and let's get the overall. So overall length of this little guy is about 6.6 inches, thereabouts. Again, they give you exact on the company specifications. I'm giving you a ballpark. So about a 2 3/4 inch blade. What did they say? 279, so like a 2.8 inch blade. If we must go to metrics, then it is 16.7 centimeter, or millimeters rather. Sorry about that. No, centimeters. Duh, centimeters, cm. Okay. With a blade length of 7.3 centimeters. Other dimensions, thicknesses in inches at the widest part, because this is chamfered here and there, 0.53, and the high point on the handle, where your index finger goes, 0.47. 0.12 inches blade stock. And if I can get back to the same spot, 13.6 millimeters on the handle. And blade stock in millimeters, 3.1. Weight, it's a light knife, so a little scale should do easily for this one. And let's round it down to, or get it down to grams. So in grams, the weight of this Molsect Sustain knife is 88.1 and 3.10 ounces, 3.11 ounces. Light but solid. Like it. Once again, I want to thank Molsect for sending it my way. We do see their logo on the back there. Interesting one. We've got 2 screws holding the scales on either side, including the clip. Is the clip transferable? It is not. We got 1 screw, but apparently it is keyed in. I haven't taken it off, but it would have to be keyed in to keep from pivoting back and forth. Got T8 for the pivot. Speaking of pivots, on the clip side of the knife, the thumb stud is transferable from the left side of the knife for righties to the right side of the knife for lefties. There it is. You just remove that. Looks like that's also a T8. More companies are realizing, you know, we don't want to do T6 and T8. We want to just get consistent and go with the larger bit, because less chances of messing up the screws. I've got a few for compared here. First one that comes to mind is the newly minted pocket buoy, folding pocket buoy, part of the Deadhead series from Auxiliary Manufacturing. I want to thank Michael Jarvis for sending this my way. There's his Deadhead logo, Auxiliary Manufacturing. This one's an M390, so it's going to run you more. Yeah, it's about a $300 list knife. So yeah, you know, I know I put it out there, and the price doesn't compare. It's 3 times more expensive, but it's about the same size, and it represents the same sort of utility / tactical, if you want to talk about that. And then here we're talking about the Porcupine, a newer version of the Porcupine, more in the ballpark money-wise with this Molsect sustain. Deep belly, drop point, nice gray blade, and I want to thank Vostede for sending this for consideration and review. It's in 14C. It's a top liner lock with a button release and thumb studs, or you can use the button to release it. Right in the ballpark there, but it's about maybe 3/4 of an inch longer overall. We've got pretty much an exact match lengthwise with the pocket folding buoy. If we go to something more standard fare, we got the, let's back out a little bit. Got the Griptilian, put her up there for compare. Larger knife, 3.5-inch blade, maybe a little bit more than that. More your medium size / full size folder with the proverbial axis lock. Perennial, I meant to say, axis lock. Well, there you have it. Let's get the other guys out of the way so they don't interfere or steal the show in any way. But this is a really handy little knife. And Molsect, check them out, especially on Instagram. They've got a lot of new models out. This came my way unexpectedly the other day, and just showed up on my doorstep by some courier. I'm not sure the company that delivered it, but really cool that they sent it to me, and I do appreciate it. One thing I'm just noticing, because you can see through, is that we've got a hidden pivot pin. See that pin going through that track? So that's kind of cool that we can see that. Don't need to assemble the knife to see all the innards showing up. Check that out. Really nice. Just noticed that on the parting shot. Well, there you have it. The Molsect Sustain 808 by Molsect Knives. Check them out. We've got some great stuff going on with Molsect. Big departure from their initial lineup. Not that their initial lineup was in any way inferior, but you know, I'm liking all of these. I see them pop up on Instagram, like. They really do appeal to me, and hope they do to you. So, take care. Be well. Stay safe.